Now we will go into the discussion panel for architecture and habitat. Digital technologies are already tailoring how we design the future in all aspects of living and lifestyle. As these technologies evolve, our own environments will again be filled and sculpted with individually crafted products. Although there can be skepticism in regards to scalability, being able to change how large structures are built opens a paradigm-changing scenario full of opportunities and freedom of design, making our living environment more unique, sustainable, and energy efficient. So I would love to introduce someone who's an expert in this field, who will also introduce other experts. We have our moderator today, the academic director at the Institute for Advanced Architecture of Catalonia, Ms. Areti Markopolou.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, evening / afternoon to all. Welcome to the USTRY event, and welcome to the Architectural and Habitat panel discussion. We are basically all here because additive and advanced manufacturing is going mainstream. It is already being used in the manufacturing world and is becoming a useful tool for rapid prototyping. But what it is interesting that it is now moving into the world of buildings. So a very significant amount of architects, educators, industry, and even makers, they are trying to grab, hack, and even evolve technologies of automation, 3D printing, or robots in order to apply it in the construction sector. In my opinion, and in the statistics, the reason of trying to apply those technologies into architecture is mainly sustainability and affordability. In my observation, I would also say that it's not only about statistics and figures and numbers, but it's also basically about curiosity. We are curious to see which are the next architectural models, in habitation models, that they are going to follow that shift in the construction sector. And maybe this is becoming more understandable if we start to think some of the latest projects that they appear in the architectural discipline. So we see solutions for building in extreme environments, in extreme environmental conditions, such as, for example, even building in extraterrestrial areas like the moon or the Mars. Tomorrow we have a speaker that is going to be speaking about how we can 3D print building on the moon and the Mars. But we also see other kind of solutions of very lightweight, extremely complex structures, and even concrete shelters that they can be printed and constructed on site in one day. That could help us understand that this could be a solution for poor or even displaced people. So what comes in the architecture per se, what comes next in the architecture per se, due to those technologies, is mainly related with the way that we perceive and the way that we experience the space. That is why I believe that the work that we will be seeing tomorrow by our panelists and the discussion that we will be doing, the impact of that work is not only environmental, it's not only architectural, it's not only about sustainability. The impact of the work is mainly social and cultural, because social and cultural changes will be following those shifts in the construction sector. So many also believe that the additive manufacturing is going to be defining the future of the architectural construction. I believe that additive or advanced manufacturing by itself, it cannot do such a revolution. And there are a series of technologies, such as new materials or responsive environments, or even human-machine interaction, as well as changes on the mentalities that they need to follow those technologies in order to define what comes next into the architecture and to the construction of the 21st century. So those are some of the topics that we will be discussing today with our guests. We want to organize it in a way that our speakers will be taking 10 minutes to introduce part of their work, and then we can have an hour of discussion about some of the main topics of architecture and habitat.